Are you looking at purchasing a Kubota L4701 and you want to know more of the specs and details and features on it? I'm going to go over that in this video today. Hey guys, Zach here from Kubota Lynchburg, and today I wanted to go over the L4701 Kubota tractor. This is the largest standard L series size that you can purchase from Kubota with a 47 horsepower engine on it. It's going to have a bigger frame size, bigger loader, and bigger tires. Everything's just bigger at about this than the smaller L series, the 25, 33, and 39 horsepower. So it's kind of its own class. It's the only tractor in its size. It's the one right before you get to the MX series, but right a little bit bigger than the L. So it's its own little niche market, but it is a very nice tractor. So we're going to go over all the features and functions on it today. As always, I like to start off with the front end loader. So on the 4701, we have the LA765 loader. This is going to be your loader arms, 765 kilograms of lift capacity. So in pounds, you're probably talking about 1,600 pounds of lift, which is a good amount. You can pick up round bales pretty easily, all sorts of material with it. I do have some lift capacity videos out there that'll show more details of us maxing it out until it fails. So on the front end loader, we do have a 72-inch bucket. This is actually a little bit heavier duty bucket that I normally sell with these tractors, but it does show another bucket option, kind of a little bit more sturdy frame, but 72 inches, so a 6-foot wide bucket, so you more than cover your tire width. It is a universal quick attach. So if I were to pull both of these levers right here, this bucket would pop off in just a couple of seconds. You back away from it and you can pull up to things like pallet forks, bale spears, grapples, and snow blades, and all sorts of other different attachments. And because it is the universal style quick attach, you can get these attachments from anybody, anywhere. It's not Kubota specific, which is nice. It makes it easier for you guys to buy accessories for it. So as we work our way around, this one, it's not standard. I have a couple accessories already installed on this one. You do have a bucket level indicator, which is nice. Because this is a bigger tractor, seeing the bottom edge of your bucket is a little bit more difficult. So if you're doing grading work, it is nice that when this angled piece is lined up in your little hole here, that means the edge of your bucket is perfectly level to the ground, and you can just watch that from the tractor seat. When you get the front end loader, you do get a grow guard on the front, so it helps protect from limbs and trees and stuff coming back and smashing your hood. You do have to pull this pin, slide that forward. Your grow guard will slide forward. Pull this, your hood will pop up, and you can get to all your features and stuff underneath here that you're going to have to access. So you have your coolant reservoir, you've got your battery, you've got air filter, you've got your right here, your radiator screen and everything to, if you start overheating, brush this off, clean it off. You can see how big the air filter is because this is a beefy tractor. As always with the Kubota tractors, metal hood, metal fenders, solid heavy duty quality. As we come working our way back, I a lot of times talk about how heavy duty and how well Kubota makes their front axles. You can see they even do extra on this one compared to the standard L series. They make extra guards around these tie rod joints and boots. It is more well protected. That's double negative, more well protected. Anyway, your steering rod and everything is protected behind this rather than going forward like the standard size L series. You have nice big tires on this one. You do have 3 different tire options. You have your industrial, your agricultural farm grade tire for the best traction, and then your turf tires. I've got other videos out there explaining the difference between the tires, so I won't go over that, but you do have much larger tires than your standard L on this 4701. You also have very easy access to your filters. So if you do all your own servicing, oil filter, very easy to get to right there. Transmission filter, very easy to get to right there. And if it was a hydrostat, which this one is a hydrostat, you would have one up underneath as well to change, or potentially on the other side. But again, everything is very easy to access, easy to maintain and service. You have your loader controls here for your front end loader. So, if you were to be using your front end loader, this is a double acting valve. What that means is your loader arms and your bucket will work simultaneously very smoothly. So you can raise your arms, tilt your bucket, all very smooth while using this control. It's not going to be jerky or anything. It's not bucket or arms. It's both at once. So if we work our way around to the back of this tractor, again, getting into this bigger size tractor, nicer frame, you still have a very solid heavy duty 3-point hitch. But standard from the factory now on the 4701s are these telescoping stabilizer arms right here. So when you are using your 3-point and you're putting your implements on and doing your adjustments, it's very easy to use these telescoping arms rather than a turnbuckle style. On a lot of the other tractors, you have to kind of pay extra for that. On this one, it is standard there. Got your top link, got your drawbar for pulling implements in your PTO. This is an option, and this is an option on this tractor, set of rear hydraulic remotes. So if you were to be running hay rakes, angle blades, anything else with a hydraulic cylinder on the back, like a hydraulic top link, we've already installed rear remotes. That is very easy to do on this size tractor though, and a lot of people on this size tractor using them for those bigger jobs will need a set of remotes, and that's what it looks like on this one. This is just a standard rear Kubota halogen work light. Not a huge fan of these, but it's pretty easy to plug and play. All right, let's see what else on the back. Not much else on the back. I guess we'll go to the operator station then. So hopping on the operator station, the first thing you're going to notice on this one compared to like a standard L is there is no center box right here. So when you're putting your feet here, you have a lot of foot room. There's not this big center box covering the transmission or anything like that. You have an open floor plan. Very easy, very comfortable for the longer use. You got a nice seat, cushy seat. It is not a really suspension seat. It has a little bit of spring underneath, but it's not a full suspension seat. Kubota is coming out with a new L4802 that'll have the suspension seat with it, but it is still pretty comfortable up here. You got a lot of room to work with, and you do have the option between gear drive and hydrostat. So this is a hydrostat tractor, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of the controls here. On this side, you have your brake pedals, so you can actually lock and unlock these. Right now, it has the parking brake on as well. Parking brake's on. You can use these as brake pedals. On this side, you have your hydrostatic pedal. So forward, reverse, very easy to use. Some people like to put their foot on it and just use it as a rocker. I prefer to keep my heel on and do it this way. Again, you've got your loader controls right there on your dashboard. See if I can focus. There we go. You've got your fuel gauge. You've got your RPM meter. You got your hour meter right there. And then you have your temperature gauge there. On this side, you have your emissions controls. Because this is over 25 horsepower, you are going to have your DPF, diesel particulate filter controls. You can pause them or cancel them if you wanted to. Just don't do it too often. Usually on the emissions side, just go ahead and let it run its course. Let it do its own thing to it. So that's your main controls. Off to the side here on the 4701 standard is cruise control. So if I were to push this forward, it'll actually move your pedal for you. So you have cruise control on this tractor. So if you have long fields that you're bush hogging or raking, you don't have to keep constant pressure on the pedal. You've got high, medium, and low range. Again, most of the time you'll be in medium range unless you're doing heavy work, then put that in low range. 4-wheel drive versus 2-wheel drive is this right here. You can push that down to be into 2-wheel drive and pull up to be into 4-wheel drive. And right next to that, you have your differential lock for locking your rear tires together. On this side, what you've got is going to be your rear hydraulic controls if you have a rear remote. Otherwise, this will raise and lower your 3-point. And to engage your PTO on a hydrostat, it's very nice. It's electronic PTO engagement, so very easy to use and very safe to use as well. And cup holder while I'm standing there and looking at it. So, well guys, that's the 4701. Kubota is coming out with a 4802, so I'll be doing a video on that here shortly as well once we get shipped one. But the 4701 for a 47 horsepower 4-wheel drive tractor with the option between gear drive and hydrostat. You've got tire options. You're talking about a very solid, robust tractor that you can just work all day long without having to have any worries about anything go wrong because how heavy duty it is built. As far as the implements go, again, you can use all sorts of implement sizes with this. 6-7 foot bush hog, just fine. 6-foot tillers, because of the weight of the tractor being a little over 5,000 pounds, and because of the actual PTO horsepower on this, all sorts of implements you can get done with this tractor. So if you have any extra questions about the 4701, feel free to ask.